Sophia Carter strode toward the towering glass doors of Carter Enterprises, her heels clicking against the pavement. Dressed in an elegant navy blue pantsuit, she exuded confidence. Yet, as she reached for the handle, a burly security guard stepped in front of her, blocking the entrance. "Excuse me, miss, but employees need to use the side entrance." Sophia raised an eyebrow, adjusting the designer bag on her shoulder. "I'm not an employee," she said smoothly. The guard crossed his arms. "Vendors use the loading dock. Guests need an appointment. You can't just waltz in here." A few employees passed by, glancing at the scene, some whispering to each other. Sophia noticed the way the guard sized her up, his eyes flickering to her brown skin, then to her sleek attire, as if struggling to categorize her. "I don't need an appointment," she said, her patience thinning. "You do if you want to speak to anyone important." Before she could respond, an expensive black car pulled up. Out stepped Daniel Whitmore, the company's vice president. His eyes widened as he saw Sophia and the guard standing off. "Miss Carter," he called out, striding over. The guard's posture stiffened. Sophia smirked. "Oh, now I'm Miss Carter." The guard's face drained of color as realization hit. Daniel's voice was sharp. "Do you have any idea who this is?" The guard swallowed. "No, sir. This is Sophia Carter, the CEO." Gasps rippled through the employees nearby. The guard's mouth fell open, his confidence vanishing in an instant. Sophia folded her arms. "I believe I was just denied entry to my own company." The security guard stammered. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I didn't realize." Sophia held up a hand, silencing him. "You assumed I didn't belong because I didn't fit your expectations of a CEO, didn't you?" It's just protocol." "Protocol?" she repeated, her tone sharp. "Or prejudice?" Daniel cleared his throat, stepping forward. "Miss Carter, let's handle this inside." Sophia nodded, then looked back at the guard. "What's your name?" "Bradley, ma'am." "Well, Bradley, I'd like you to reflect on today. Because in my company, we judge people by their character and contributions, not their appearances. And I won't tolerate discrimination at my doors." Bradley gulped and nodded vigorously. "Understood, ma'am." With that, Sophia swept past him, entering the building with Daniel at her side. Employees whispered among themselves, some shooting glares at the humiliated guard. The entire company had just witnessed a lesson in respect and humility, and Sophia Carter had made it clear she belonged, and no one would ever doubt that again. As Sophia entered her corner office, Daniel closed the door behind them. "I sincerely apologize for that," he said. Sophia sighed, walking to the window that overlooked the city. "It's not the first time I've been underestimated, but it will be the last time it happens at my company." She turned back to Daniel. "I want a mandatory bias training implemented for all employees, including security. Effective immediately." Daniel nodded. "I'll arrange it." "And Bradley, we could fire him," Daniel suggested. Sophia shook her head. "No, we educate first. Let's see if he learns." Daniel smirked. "That's why you're the CEO." Sophia smiled. "And don't you forget it." A few days later, Sophia sat at the head of the long, sleek conference table, facing the board of directors. Though she was CEO, some of the older board members still questioned her authority. Richard Langston, a senior board member, adjusted his glasses. "Miss Carter, while your leadership is admirable, are you sure your policies on workplace equity aren't overreaching?" Sophia leaned forward. "Are you suggesting fairness is an overreach?" Langston cleared his throat. "Of course not. I just worry that some of these initiatives might distract from productivity." Sophia smiled coolly. "On the contrary, a company that respects its employees thrives. I have reports that show inclusive workplaces yield higher performance. If you'd like, I can share the data." Langston hesitated, clearly not expecting her to be so prepared. The other board members murmured in agreement. "Very well," he conceded. "We trust your leadership." Sophia sat back. "Good, because we're just getting started." Weeks later, Sophia received an unexpected email from Bradley, the security guard. He requested a meeting. Intrigued, she agreed. When he entered her office, he stood stiffly. "Miss Carter, I wanted to apologize again, and to thank you." Sophia raised an eyebrow. "Thank me? I attended the bias training, and it opened my eyes. I realized I had unconscious prejudices, and I'm working to change them." Sophia studied him for a moment. "That's good to hear." Bradley exhaled. "I wanted to quit out of embarrassment, but I realized I would be running from my mistake instead of learning from it." Sophia nodded. "Growth takes courage." Bradley gave a small smile. "I won't make that mistake again." Sophia extended her hand. "Then let's move forward." He shook it firmly.